Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, welcome. This is Essential Patience and I am Patience. In today's video, we are talking about college and financial freedom. How to have financial freedom in college or start building your financial future journey while you're still in college. So let's get right into it. Remember to hit the like button if you like these videos, and more will be coming, as well as subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But let's get right into it. Starting with the first one of the bases of having a good education that does not cause such a big financial burden in your future is your financial aid package. So therefore, when you get your financial aid package and you decide to go to that school, remember that there is nothing wrong with negotiating your financial aid package. If the school wants you, they may offer you more money than you were first being offered. This is even better if other schools offered you money. But do remember that unlike a job that you can negotiate maybe because of salary, this is education. Different schools have different costs of attendance, so you want to factor that in. And then if you feel like you need more money, maybe write a letter, maybe call them, explain as to why you need more money in order to attend that school. Sometimes they might have some other scholarship programs or maybe other programs that you can participate in to ensure that your financial aid package is good enough to go to that school and it wouldn't be such a burden on your financial future. Also, reconsider schools that give you nothing at all to attend. Maybe that's not the school for you. If you're a good student with good grades, with some really good scores, there are other schools that will be willing to accept you and offer you more financial aid. Remember that there are over 2,000 higher education institutions in the United States. Don't limit yourself to a school that does not want you or wouldn't give you what you need. Do your research, call around and find out, and always negotiate. If nothing else comes out of that, at least you have what you began with. But the possibility of having more is always there when you choose to negotiate. Number 2 is to find costs that you can cut down. Now, while a lot of things in college are set, like your tuition, it's not like you can negotiate or cut down on your tuition. College is the one phase in your life where a lot of things you can't cut down. You can't change your tuition. Everybody can't be going to school for different amounts. There are things that you can change. Don't focus too much on things that you can't change. Start thinking around your situation and ask yourself, what are things that I can change? What are costs that I can bring down? So one thing you can do is always make a budget for things that you can control. Include your food, your transportation, maybe even your living arrangement, cost of living. Make sure that you explore all those, set a budget, stick to that budget. At minimum, you can control how much you spend on subscriptions, on self-care, and other things of indulgence. So always make sure that you do not feel closed off and think, this is a time in my life where I'm just gonna pay a whole bunch of money on everything. No, there's always a solution. So make a budget and cut costs where you can. Number 3 is to apply for outside scholarships. I have a whole video on this, on going to school debt free. Be sure to watch my video. It was a very good video that has a lot more in-depth information about how to get a scholarship, so make sure to check it out. It's so important because your financial aid package is one thing, but that has nothing to do with the millions of scholarships out there. There is a scholarship for practically anyone, so always apply consistently and don't give up. If you get 10 rejection letters, guess what? I got more than that. Even if you get 50, believe it, I had more than that. You don't need every scholarship to say yes to you. You just need enough to move through your college education. Do not take the rejections personal. Still persevere, keep applying, because other scholarships are there and will come your way. Just apply and then you will make yourself a candidate to win. If you never apply, you're not a candidate. And I will add a little bit more on that, which is make sure that each application is stellar to your best of your ability. The writing on the essay, proofread it. Don't keep using the exact same essay. Always improve on it. So you can use the same structure, but the same essay that you use in freshman year shouldn't be the exact same essay for junior year, because something has changed. You have changed. You should have changed. You should have improved. You should have done better things put yourself in organizations, leadership roles that would have more experience to really boost up your essays. Because I mean, quantity is there. I apply to as many as possible, over hundreds, like even if you need to. But make sure that each application is a good representation of who you are. Because sending out mediocre applications, like this is not try your luck. You can't just send out a bunch of mediocre applications and expect that one will hit. Put your best foot forward. Even if you don't win, it's okay. But always make sure that you put yourself out there as a good candidate. Number 4 is to get a part-time job or work study. When I went to college, I was told do not major in the minor, and that includes work because you are really there to study. But there are some jobs that could be more flexible and wouldn't be as time consuming and take away from your studies. But at the end of the day, you have to do what you have to do. Many students go through college having a job. I had a job during some of my semesters in college. Find out jobs that could really be flexible and fit into your schedule. I worked as a TA one semester. At the time I did like an internship during the semester. So there's always ways that you can make money. And this money can go towards making sure that you are not living on your student loans. So your student loans, if you do take some out, is only for your school. It's not for something you live on. It can also even substitute student loans. Maybe you get a ton of scholarship, but then you have about $1,000 or $1,500 left that you can work and pay for. That is something else that you can do. If you have the opportunity to have a small part-time job that would not take away from having good grades, that will make you competitive for a scholarship, take advantage. And this also goes into number 5, which is pursue internships. When you're in school, don't just use your summers to do regular jobs or even just use the summers to relax. Even now, I feel like, oh my God, like all my summers during college, I did not really have a vacation. Sometimes when you have about 16 weeks of vacation, you end up using 12 weeks for internships. But here's the thing though, you want to make sure that you are pursuing internships because it is a really solid piece to put into your resumes. And it shows that you have pursued learning not just in the classroom, but also applied it in the field. The difference between working at a fast food in the summer and working at a corporation is that you have been able to network. You're learning from the people in the field that you are going to, and it shows that you've been able to put some of what you've learned into practice. Always go to career fairs. I have a video also on how to land an internship. Go for those internships. I had an internship every summer since I was the age of 16, and those were very helpful because what you learn is really good, that you also know what type of field you want to. The thing about internships was that they are better paid than regular minimum wage jobs. In my experience, they are also more flexible and they know that you're a student, so they understand that you're not an expert in anything, or maybe you are, but they don't expect so much from you because you're still an intern at the end of the day. But they're still really well paid, more flexible if you're doing it within the school year, because they want you to still pursue your education and they still expect you to prioritize your schoolwork at the end of the day. Number 6 is to participate in projects. I did not even know this at the beginning. I wish I did, but some projects, depending on what field you're in, and these projects you can put on your resume, so they're already boosting you up for your internships and trying to apply for internships and other opportunities and even job opportunities. But also they pay you, and again, with this being within your school, they understand that you're a student. They want you to prioritize your education. So a lot of times they're flexible. They're also good paying, and they may not pay you every 2 weeks. It might just be at the end of the project, they give you a lump sum. These lump sums are bigger than what you would have earned anyway had you been doing a regular job. And other times, these are also stipends, so they have tax exemptions. Ask your dean, your professors, your advisors, are there any projects going around or any projects that you can join? And you might be surprised, some professors have projects going on year long and they're paying students. So you find out, join, and you're going to learn, you're going to earn money, and you're going to have something to talk about in your interviews. Number 7 is graduating as soon as possible. If you're in a scholarship, you know that a lot of times they don't extend it. And a lot of times if you're on an academic scholarship or just in general, being on other scholarship, there's a contract and there's a beginning of when you start receiving money and there's an end. Also, even if you're not on a scholarship, graduating early as soon as possible will save you money. If you're going to school that costs $50,000 a year and then you end up spending 4 years there, that's $200,000. But if you end up spending 6 years there, that's $300,000. So make sure that you understand your scheme, you understand your scholarship contracts, and you try to finish school as soon as possible, because money that you don't spend is money saved. Number 8 is not over borrowing student loans. Now there's this trend that has been going on for a really long time where students just take the money that the student loan gives them. They don't do the appropriate calculation between their financial aid and how much they really need from student loans. And that's why you hear a lot of students who go to the exact same school but come up with a varying amount of student loan debt. And when you're getting back sometimes $5,000, $6,000, even $10,000 back a semester, they think it's free money. Those student loans come back and you need to pay them with interest. So make sure that you're not over borrowing. That money is not free. It's growing with astronomical interest. Don't live on student loan. Don't indulge yourself with student loan debt while you're in college, because if you're taking out that money now, you're gonna pay later. Calculate exactly how much money you need if you need student loans and take only that amount out. Number 9 is getting a job before you graduate. I mean, a postgraduate job. This is if you decide to go straight into a career field. This will take so much stress away from your last year, especially last semester, and allow you to really enjoy the process, the graduating process, the process of going for your senior pictures, finishing your last exams, applying to graduate. So you're not in the ceremony wondering, what am I gonna do now? How am I gonna apply for jobs? Your college has so many opportunities and resources that make it so much easier to apply for jobs while you're still in college versus graduating, leaving those resources, sometimes even moving out of state, and now having to apply for those jobs on your own. If you need help, whether it's with your resume, you have the Writing Center. If you need to be applying for jobs, go to your career center, go to your advisors, your deans, college and career fairs. A lot of companies come to schools to find talent. So when you leave that talent pool, you have to now be on your own to do it. But you're right there, right now. Use those resources and get a job before you graduate. I got my job before I graduated, and I really thank God for that. I really appreciate that, because what it did for me was allow me to graduate in peace, know that I was going somewhere after graduation, have that peace of mind, knowing that I was going to go into a great career field, and all my time and sacrifice in college was worth it. So make sure that you do that one last sacrifice before the next ones begin. And number 10 to getting financial freedom while you're in college is really learning about financial literacy even in college. Back in college, that's when I learned about retirement. That's when I learned about emergency funds, the importance of saving, budgeting, and I even started implementing those while in college. When you are in that situation where you don't have a lot of money, most college students are broke, you need to get creative. You think about your future. So when you learn those principles then and you start applying it on a smaller scale, when you graduate and you get your good job that will be making much more money, you will be more equipped with the tools to ensure that you don't make those mistakes that you would have otherwise made, and really get straight into making good decisions, saving for retirement, saving for an emergency fund, saving for other goals that you have in your life. Don't just wait till you're in a good situation before you start learning about financial literacy. This is the time. This is the youngest you'll ever be, and this is always the best time to start. Actually, the best time would have been years ago, but since we're here today, it's a new day and we can start right now. So start learning about financial literacy. Start getting equipped with the tools. You don't have to be an expert, but there are experts out there, and there are tools and resources out there that you can really learn. Equip yourself with those information, those tools, and you earn your financial freedom. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. This is what I wish I had heard when I was back in college, so I hope this is a gift to all my college students. And even if you're not in college, you can still use a lot of the things here. It's universal. Like this video and subscribe if you haven't already, because I also post 2 videos a week on Tuesdays and Fridays. Come over, let's see what we're discussing. Leave a comment as to video ideas that you want me to do. Also, if you're in college and if any of these tips are helpful, if you did any of these things back when you're in college, I would like to hear about it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.